Yes, sir. We're back.
With what episode of the podcast, Dane?
78.
It's 87.
Oh, that's it.
You're so close to getting it correct, yeah?
The Travis Kelce episode.
I didn't even put that together. I'm only focused on Taylor Swift most of the time. But I guess this could be the Travis Kelce episode because we are in fantasy football season. And I guess like the NFL regular season as well, right?
It's getting close.
Yeah. So we figured we'll just kind of jump in later in the episode and give us some of our sleeper picks, which might help you in your drafts. And we have lots of other good stories for you today. Thank you for listening to episode 87 of the Until Next Week podcast.
I'm getting huge, baby.
In what way, Dane?
I've been lifting.
I thought you only lifting your legs, right? Because you're just running at all times.
No, I ran 6 miles today.
Speaking of Iran, we do have a new country listening to the pod.
Speaking of Iran.
And it's not Iran. It is Indonesia.
Indonesia?
Yeah.
So welcome.
Shout out to all our Indonesian listeners.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. I was waiting for you to bring that up. I didn't know if you would because, again, France is not one of our favorite countries because of the Olympics.
Obviously.
Yeah. They did put on a decent Olympic Games, not the beginning, but the middle part was good.
Well, bonjour is just foreign for welcome.
Oh. It's just in general, just any foreign thing. It's just
any country whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's the rules. I don't make the rules.
Okay. That's good. What's also good is that we're still on the road to 100 5-star reviews on Apple and Spotify. So
triple digits.
What you're doing right now and go leave us a 5-star review because we're trying to become the biggest podcast in Southwest Missouri, specifically Springfield, Missouri.
Look at us.
So once we take over Springfield, we can take over the world.
You think we wanted this for ourselves?
Were you trying to take my drink there?
No, I wanted to see what it was.
Okay.
But look at us. You think we want to do this? You think we want a podcast until we die?
No. Well,
depends on how many 5-star reviews you give us.
Yeah, we don't do it for the money. We do it for the reviews.
Yeah.
So leave us those 5-star reviews. We want to get to 100 at all. And I can't even think what I'm trying to say.
You know the best way I get people to listen to the podcast?
It's taking their phone and making them listen?
No.
What is
I tell them I mentioned them on the pod.
That is a great way.
Yeah.
Like that. And that's probably why Colton listens.
That's exactly why Colton listens.
And I'm mad because the other day we kept on saying what Reverend Banks, and it didn't catch up.
Unbelievable.
So you couldn't just click on the chapter.
AI
you had to listen
sucks.
to the whole thing.
AI sucks.
Yeah, that will probably be a chapter title now.
Oh, yeah. But Jake Pridgeon Airlines, his girlfriend,
yeah,
he was talking to her today, and I mentioned the podcast.
Is she real? He said she's in Kansas City.
Yeah, I know.
A likely story.
She goes to a different school, guys, I promise.
That's how you hear his voice?
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what Jake sounds like.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild. What were you saying about her, though?
Even though Jake's a huge individual.
Yeah.
But, no, she was like, some your podcast. And I was like, yeah, I think I mentioned you the other day. She goes, what? I have to listen to that now. And I was like, you're darn right. The Until Next Week podcast.
She's going to listen more than... Well, Jake has listened some.
He has listened specifically on his road trips.
Yeah, with Colton. Because Colton is very intrigued to see what we're saying about him.
Oh, yeah.
So keep listening, Colton, and bring all of your minions along with you.
Speaking of Colton.
Yes.
We're raising a team, Colton and I.
What kind of team is this, Dane?
We're raising a team to end all pranks at our place of business.
At your place of business, you're doing this now.
Yes.
So is it the business? Usually you do everything at home and then you take it out into the world, but it sounds like you're taking the reverse approach because I feel like he's probably still getting pranked at home.
No, not anymore.
No, he isn't.
They ended the pranks after 4. However, now it's time for us to get him back.
Oh, wait. So you're ending the pranks, but you're getting them back?
We're going to end all pranks with this prank.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're going to blow it up.
We're going to blow it up. Yeah. No. Well, I've recruited several people, including one pastor.
Which is Reverend Banks.
No, well, okay, 2 pastors.
Okay. Do you want to drop the name of the other one, or would that be too much info and ruin everything?
It's Pastor B.
Okay. Sorry, I had to bleep that out.
Yeah.
It
was redacted.
Mm-hmm.
However, Zero Dark 30 is going well.
So, hey, Dane.
What?
Dane, what is Zero Dark 30 for all of our listeners who are just now tuning in?
I'm glad you asked. Zero Dark 30 officially was the operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
I did not realize that.
I think.
Okay, we're not going to fact check. You can fact check and leave us a comment if need be. You know how to do that. Go on our Spotify, click into the links, and leave us comments.
I'm like 30% sure that's the operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Is that because it's Zero Dark 30? Is that why you're 30% sure?
I'm 31% sure.
Okay, there we go.
It's that. However, so it's in reference. People have said that, like LeBron's said that whenever he gets off of all social media and really locks in for the playoffs, and other people have done that too. I'm also doing that by not drinking soda until after the marathon.
And you started that last week. Is it still going true?
It's so strong.
Okay, so strong. Going strong. Why did I say going true?
Well, I got you.
Yeah. Thank you for clapping for me. When I make mistakes, I really do appreciate it.
If you guys want us to add new drops on here, go ahead and comment the fire emoji in the chat.
Or just give us ideas on what kind of drops, what kind of drops
I gave you a good one.
Should put on there. And hey, we're not going to say what it is though, because we want to surprise the people, keep them intrigued.
My spinach puffs.
Ah, my spinach puffs. Speaking of my spinach puffs, our fantasy football league is filled. It is 10 teams, the 2 of us, 8 others. If you are in the league, you
suck.
are the chosen.
Oh, yeah, that too. But I will defeat you.
Yeah. We just recently changed the draft time. It's going to be on Monday, September 2nd, which is Labor Day.
It is Labor Day.
You should all be free, hopefully. And it'll be at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Are we doing a buy-in?
No. No, we won't. This will just be a fun league that will give us more content for the pod.
You know what's fun?
Winning.
When I can count their dollar bills in my hands. I want to feel it right here, Samuel.
If Dane wins the draft, you
have to Venmo me $25.
I was going to say do your support link, but you can do that as well.
No, I want real cash. I mean, either way, I get it. But
yeah, the league is filled. We're pretty excited for it. It will be. Yeah.
Speaking of fantasy football, I made a bet with my boss over fantasy football.
Your boss is a pastor.
I know. So we made a bet.
Okay.
He said, what could I make you do if you finished last place in your main league? And I was like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? He goes, I want you to wear a Patrick Mahomes jersey and also a Kamala Harris hat.
That is a wild combo.
I said, deal. But if I get first place, you have to do something for me. And he goes,
that?
Oh, he goes, oh, absolutely not. I was like, no, you have to. That's the only way this works. And
well, what was your idea?
I said, you have to wear a Dak Prescott jersey and a cowboy hat the next time you preach on stage.
You would do that. That's not too bad.
He said absolutely not.
What?
I was like, what do you mean? You're going to make me wear a Kamala Harris hat?
That is wild. Like yours, that's wild. That's wild.
I'm like, mine's super okay. You could literally just be like, hey, yeah, I lost a bet with one of my residents. It's blah, 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 blah. And then it would be just funny and nobody would think any more of it.
Well, you're saying these ideas for like the loser. And Jack Holmgren, joked with Jack extraordinaire.
Are you calling Jack a loser?
What?
Are you calling Jack a loser?
No. He gave us an idea for what the loser of a fantasy football league should do. And he said the loser has to do a mud run Spartan race in formal attire.
No,
that would be wild.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. Like I've seen people do like a 5K in like full formal attire, but doing a mud run is just next level craziness.
I don't want to do a mud run.
I don't either, and that's why I'm not going to lose.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
why I'm going to win because
just don't lose.
I have the best picks out there, and you'll find out my best picks here in a week.
Yeah,
from when this drops. So,
what do you mean a week?
Well,
when you actually draft.
Because because we'll draft a week from Monday and it's dropped on Monday. So next week on Labor Day, September 2nd, 7 p.m. Central Time is when we're doing the draft. The 10 people who are in the league, you will have already seen the notification out there, hopefully. Man. And just don't let the computer draft for you and you should be good.
Dude, if I get the first pick or the 10th pick, I'm going to lose it.
Though, yeah. Well, I mean, the first pick's easy, though.
Yeah.
First pick,
I'm thinking of two guys.
Honestly, the first pick is actually good. Second pick kind of stinks.
No, I'd rather have
the first pick is great because
it's not about that player. It's not about the player.
Most valuable player is Christian McCaffrey.
I wouldn't say by far.
Last year, by far, he was the best.
The 29-year-old guy who you're expecting to repeat that,
which as long as he stays healthy, he will,
and as long as everything's the same.
Yeah.
However,
yes.
It's not about him. I think he'll be great. It's about not picking until 20 picks later.
Yeah.
That's the part that I don't like about being the first pick.
It is tricky.
I think I can get really good value at like the 7th pick and then pick again like 5 picks later.
Well, the first pick is what killed me. In 2 years ago, I talked about that guillotine league that I've done.
Yeah.
Where it's 18 teams and you all draft 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, the loser dies.
I was the first overall pick, and I didn't process who you should draft number 1 overall. And that year, I took Jonathan Taylor. Because that's when they're like, hey, this is the guy. But I wasn't thinking that because it's two quarterbacks, you should pick a quarterback. Yeah. And that killed me because as soon as I picked him, like everybody was picking QBs. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Because in theory, at that point, every starting quarterback could have been gone by the time I got my second pick.
Yep, it could have been.
So luckily, I still got 2 QBs. Lost in the 3rd week, though. And then last year I did it again. Was not the first pick, but still lost in the 3rd week. I'm hoping I get in this league once again this year. I don't know yet. It's going to be tight. And if I do, I want to make it to at least week 4.
Loser gets their head cut off.
Well, luckily, I haven't been the complete loser. I've beat 2 other losers both years. So
my eye hurts.
I'm sorry.
It's
but you can get into that with your grind your gears. But first, we got to get into our updates from the week.
What did you do this week?
Well, I went to a St. Louis Cardinals game.
I don't believe you.
Which it's the perfect time to go to a game because the Cardinals have been playing pretty bad. And then they're going against one of the best teams in all Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I'm like, this is perfect. Why not go now? So that's what I did. Yep. Last Saturday, I went to a St. Louis Cardinals game with Lauren and Andrew, a iconic duo for sure. And before any
Who's Andrew?
He's a friend that I swam with in high school. Moved to St. Louis, but he's going to be moving back to Springfield here in like a few months. Solid guy.
And we all know Lauren.
Yeah.
Lauren.
But before any sports game, you always got to pre-game properly.
Whoa.
And that's what I did because we went to a Mexican restaurant and I got a Mexican fajita burrito.
Oh, no.
To hold me over that whole game.
It's going to hold something.
And it was a gut bomb, but in a good way because it held me tight.
At least you're sitting down, yeah.
Yeah, so that was very good. A good way to kind of start off the pre-game festivities.
Yeah. Then you finished a pitcher of margaritas.
No, I had a lot of water.
Oh, okay.
Lots of water. Got to stay hydrated. But then for the game itself, gates open 2 hours before game time at St. Louis Cardinals games. And some people might be like, that's crazy. Why would you get there so early? Whatever. And I'm like, I have a reason. They gave out a Scott Rowland bobblehead. I need to get that.
Scott's cool.
But also, at St. Louis Cardinal games and professional games in general, they like always have BP, which is so fun to watch and a chance to get autographs of players. Like the Dodgers were there, so I was going to try to get like
Mookie and Shohei.
Ohtani or Clayton Kershaw or whoever. Cool. So I got there, got the bobblehead, got down towards the field, and they were finishing up BP. And I'm like, why are you not hitting longer? Why are you stopping like an hour and 40 minutes before game time? What am I going to do now?
They want to take a nap.
Because then like all the players went inside. I'm like, well, this seems like a waste besides getting the bobblehead. And it was very annoying. And I found out later, I think they had early BP that day for like season ticket holder appreciation. So that just ruined it. Any chance to get an autograph, any chance to see BP. But it was okay.
Yeah.
But from there, we had pretty good seats. It was on like the third base side, probably about give or take like 30-ish rows back. Very nice spot.
Pretty good.
And with this game, you never know what you're going to see. I believe the Cardinals had Andre Palante pitch, and
he's pitching tonight. So yeah,
that sounds about right. Huh? The Dodgers had Bobby Miller. So that was the matchup.
I remember that was a good game to go to for you then.
It was because the Cardinals kind of broke out of a slight slump during that game.
I actually watched that game.
Yeah, so. I watched most of it except for some iconic moments when I was not paying attention.
Iconic.
Around like the third or fourth inning, I decided to walk to the outfield because I heard they had some like candy samples. That's worth it.
That's not worth it.
Well, have you ever had like those high chews candies?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good.
That's
like
not worth it.
Like the CEO of the company was at the game. He threw out like the first pitch, and I heard, okay, they're doing samples in the outfield, but also the big reason is that Lauren and Andrew wanted to get food. I didn't want to get food, but I was like, I'll go with you guys. So went to the outfield,
that makes sense.
Got the candy. Then all of a sudden, I hear these explosions happening above my head.
Oh.
And it's because a home run was hit, and they shoot off like explosives literally right where I was standing. And I'm like, why does this happen?
You didn't hear the crowd first?
Well, you just hear the explosions, like because you're kind of like away from the crowd just enough, and like Alec Burleson hit a home run, and I missed it, and I was like, why?
Boom, boom.
Why?
It's probably right to you too.
It was down right field, so it was not to me. But
it probably
was
ricocheted off the
right field and bounced to center.
To my seat, all the way to your seat. Yeah,
in foul territory in left field.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing. It was great that they hit a home run, but I hate it when I miss stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then from there, they have like a speed pitch thing you can do, like in the kids section.
Oh yeah.
So I decided, hey, I want to see how I'm doing.
How fast I can throw with this sucker.
I have not thrown a ball in a while, and it showed. The first few
32.
pitches, they just have like a giant tarp on the back wall.
Yeah.
Just like hit it anywhere.
You're hitting?
Well, no, you're throwing at like the giant tarp and it catches your speed.
Yeah.
The first one I threw like hit the top like of the batting cage. I'm like, what just happened? I've never thrown it that bad. And then I did it again, and I'm just like releasing it way too early or something, or way too late, and it just looks horrible. And it wasn't tracking, I think, my speed properly. Because
was it a regular baseball?
Yeah. I just couldn't throw for some reason. It was strange. I guess you lose some skills with time.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I agree with you. I really do. Like, I legitimately did not throw hard. Like, the hardest one that got caught, like, on the tracking radar was, like, 63.
Oh, boy.
Which is not good whatsoever. And I know I can throw harder than that, but it was rough. I need a redeem team type deal in the future.
That's tough noodles.
Yeah, it was bad. I was pretty disappointed because I went to the outfield, missed a home run.
Oh, yeah.
And then just got disappointed again.
Well, I think your other updates of the week cannot disappoint you even further.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Because the other, that update too. Yeah, we'll get to that one. So we got back to our seats and everything else. And at one point, Lauren asked me to send like a picture to her. So I decided like, okay, I looked at my phone to send a picture. And at that moment, I heard a crack of the bat. And I'm like, what did I just miss? And it was Shohei Ohtani hitting a home run. Which, again, it's the other team, but it's like one of the greatest players ever. And I missed
cool to watch.
Your swing to hit the ball because I was trying to send a picture. So I saw the ball go over the fence, but I did not see like the swing itself. And I'm like, dang it.
Well, Lauren's rather demanding.
Don't say that. But it was annoying because this also happened to me like 2 years ago. I went to a game, decided to get food, and I miss a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home run. I'm like, I want to see these guys hit, and I'm just missing it. So in other words,
doesn't sound like it.
Just don't leave your seat. Always pay attention, and you'll see everything.
Just know what time in the order you're getting up.
I know I timed it poorly, but I did see Mason Wynn hit a home run, which was good, and then I also saw Nolan Arenado hit a home run.
That's true.
So that was good. I at least saw those two. The Cardinals did end up winning the game, which is good as well. But they've been playing better as of late. And we can get into that a little later because I have more notes about it. But
they're up 3-1 right now.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
So hopefully they keep winning, and we'll see kind of where it goes from there. But the other update I have is kind of related to you as well.
Nice.
And we'll get into that here
after the break.
Yep. Beep. Okay, welcome back. We had our K-Life returning leaders night, I guess. And at this, they had like food, snacks, etc. But the main point was to play pickleball.
Right.
And we played a total of one game of pickleball. So that was really planned out well.
Joe didn't plan it well.
Yeah, it happened.
And Julie even told him that it was going to be packed.
No one understands. Like, if you're having a giant event like that, you got to rent out courts somewhere. You can't, we could have gone to that classic rock place, and got 2 courts, and that would have been perfect for all of us.
It would have been perfect, yeah.
And it probably wouldn't have cost too much. Like, honestly.
And they have a whiteboard so we can make a bracket.
It would have been perfect. But you cannot go to a public place that regularly is packed and expect to have a giant event there. Like you can't do that.
It's not great.
Yeah, so that was a little disappointing, but not as disappointing as the game results themselves. It was me and Chloe versus you and Abby. And
Abby?
You can talk about it more, I guess.
So there we were, playing pickleball in the midst of all these people, and I remember Chloe being really bad, and I remember Abby being not as bad as Chloe.
Oh, wow.
Then
She's probably not hearing this, though.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I remember Samuel and I on opposite sides, and I was like, I'm going to hit it to Chloe. And then, and so I did that. And then Abby, and you would hit it to Abby, and then Abby would just sometimes get it back.
Yeah.
And that's all that was required.
It was it was a close game, at least.
It was.
But it gets to the point where I don't like hitting it to the weak player, which is you. So I stopped hitting it to you and started hitting to Abby instead, and you did the same with me and Chloe.
Yeah, that is true. I do get bored of hitting it to the person that sucks.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Dane did.
Who did?
Huh? What? Nothing was said.
No, I suck.
Yeah, that's what we said. And unfortunately for myself, Dane and Abby did beat us.
That's
barely.
true.
It was a close game, but the main reason you won is because you got to serve first. So you got an advantage from the start, and that's the only reason you won.
That had to be it.
Yeah. I mean, whoever goes first, like, if you're not first, you're last.
Well, and the good news for you is that it had to have gotten better after that, right?
It kind of did, in a way.
I don't know.
I mean, after that, we went to play some kickball.
We did play
because
kickball.
What better way to spend a pickleball night than to not play pickleball and instead do kickball?
Whilst trespassing.
It wasn't trespassing. You can go there. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. They can't talk. Back in the day, they have like baseball fields next to these pickleball courts, and I used to have practice there like all the time because they have the gates open, I think, so people can use it because technically it is a public park. And
is that part of the park?
Yeah, that's part of the park.
Oh, nice.
And I believe they always have the gates unlocked.
Oh.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Totally. But what's also hilarious is how the game went. Because we got to split the teams, and we decided to have good guys and bad guys.
Yep.
You were team
bad
guy.
Yep.
Because, again, you guys were more the Billie Eilish fans. And then I was team good guy because we were the stronger Christians.
Oh.
Yeah, we just...
I'm more of the Joker, personally.
I can see it.
That's true.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do you want to talk more about the game?
It was 27-4. Samuel lost.
No, that is not true because the first 3 or 4 innings were warm up because I remember specifically Joe's like, okay, scores reset. The last inning's the only one that matters. Whoever wins here wins it all.
That wasn't the first 3 or 4 innings. That was the first 9 innings.
Okay, but from what he said, it was like games reset. Whoever wins this winning. Whoever wins. Sorry, all I do is win.
That's true.
Whoever wins this inning wins
true.
it all. And I believe that you guys scored like a run or two right off the bat.
He
in that last
scored
inning.
2 runs.
Yeah. But then we came up and did the same.
Also scored 2 runs.
So obviously, extra innings. That's what you got to do.
So true.
And I believe you scored 1 more run, correct?
Yep. Yes.
And then here comes
I
the
scored
last
that
inning,
1 run.
which is great.
Yeah.
Because you gave your team a lead momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily.
Because we did come up and we scored a run. Another guy was on. And who comes to the plate? But
a bum.
The host of the Until Next Week podcast. Yes, Samuel Sen. And he called his shot. Not really, but he did what he needed to do. He got a hit. He ran around first base, put his hands out like an airplane, ran to the outfield, and just made Dane annoyed.
No, kicked away from Dane.
I knew what I needed to do. And it was a good time. We ended up winning, completely dominated the bad guys. The first 4 innings didn't matter.
First 9 innings.
No, it didn't matter. The only thing that mattered during those innings is when I had a inside the park Little League home run.
I had an inside the park home run, but it was not Little League.
Yeah. Did you? Was that the one where I was trying to chase you down?
Yeah, and you threw it.
Where they hit it to the outfield. I literally ran to the outfield because some of our, I'm not going to name names, some of the players could not field.
It was Abby.
I don't remember who it was, honestly.
Well, I saw you weren't in right field, and I'm a left-footed kicker.
I was at third base, and I ran to right field to grab the ball to try to chase you down. I was going to get you out, and you jumped up right as I threw the ball, and it just missed you. I'm like, dang it.
That works every time.
Well, that's what I usually would do too, but I should have done a fake. I didn't know if you'd jump. I should have done a fake throw, just assuming you jump and then just nail you in the head.
Well, that's it. The thing is, like, yeah, you do that, but that's whenever I just don't jump at all, and then I just touch home, and then you end up not throwing it.
It was like a perfect throw, but because you jumped, that's why it missed you. You did score, so we both had some good at bats.
If I had regularly ran, you would have drilled me.
Yeah.
But from my years of kickball in PE class in high school, where I won the Seal of Excellence Award for physical education,
really proud of you.
I would do that move every time, and people would always throw it underneath me.
I'm a big jump as high as you can whenever a dodgeball's coming at you. You just assume they're going to throw it low.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what most people do, because they throw it poorly, it goes low, but if you jump high...
Have you seen what I do? I do the splits.
Oh, that's wild.
I jump
that's crazy.
And do the splits and have my arms like kind of in front of me like this, and I usually will either catch it or they'll miss.
You know what'd be wild?
What?
You like jump up to like a cannonball kind of thing, but you're like ready to catch the ball also. Like you're doing a flip and then you catch it in the air and then land.
No.
Okay, don't do that. Sorry, that was just a dumb idea. So what happened to you this week, Dane?
Well, there I was. We'll go with the pickleball theme first.
Okay.
So last night, pickleball tournament. We're back. We're time to redeem ourselves.
He did not say a word to me, and that grinds my gears.
Dane and Pretty Ricky are back. And
it's not that pretty. I'm saying it now. Down with Ricky. Cancel Ricky. Hashtag cancel Ricky. Hashtag Ricky's not that pretty.
Pretty Ricky
2024
is about 6'2", 6'3", tall, dark, and handsome. He's the worship leader. He's a good athlete. He's a good hunter. He's a former collegiate soccer player.
Did you win?
So there we were.
Okay.
And first game of the advanced bracket, dominate them. It was like 11-2.
Were there bad teams again?
They weren't great, but we played the co-owners. Yeah,
okay.
Dominate them. And then we go to the second game. We were playing these guys who are really good. And how do I know they're really good? A guy was wearing a Hex Pickleball shirt. On the back was sponsors of Hex Pickleball. We said, "What's Hex Pickleball?" And he said, "Oh, this is the pickleball company that sponsors me." We're like, "What?"
Like, have you heard of Friday Pickleball?
Pretty much.
With the code Samuel14434, use that code, get 2 paddles for $98. Yeah, continue.
It's similar, but it's a pickleball company. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm sponsored by them." And we're like, cool. And then,
nice.
And so we start playing them, and like we saw them just play their first match, and they're easily the best team out there. And we're like, okay, that guy's really good. His partner, not bad, but definitely not as good as the other guy. Let's hit
that partner.
Hit it to him. Yeah. So we did that, and we're up 7-5 now. We're like, we got it. Let's keep going. And the other guy, when I say he's sponsored, I mean he took over the game and won 7 straight points for them to win.
Oh, so you got knocked out?
It was insane. No, it was double elimination this time. So we're like, okay, we can hang. We just got to make sure, like, hit it behind him whenever he's like overly poaching. And, also hit it to his teammate every time we can. And so we're like, okay, we just got to work our way back through the loser bracket and play him again. Next game we're playing husband and a wife. The husband, decently good. And the wife, not that good. We're playing. We lose.
Dane.
No, when I say
Pretty Ricky, what are you doing?
It was mostly Pretty Ricky. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still available. Still out there.
When I say that he needed to get his head out of his butt, I mean it. Because we go down 7-0.
Did he just assume like this team would be easy?
Yeah. Well, we both
Can't do that.
We both did, frankly. But I was like, okay.
Blame him. Only blame him. Not you. You did a great job, Dane.
Well, when we got down 2 points, I was like, hey, let's lock in. Let's go. Let's just crush them. And then it was just like, we're going to do this.
Was it mainly
that.
You guys mishitting it into the net each time?
I don't think they won a single point. Like
them doing it. You lost it yourself.
They didn't hit a single winner. We would hit it in the net. We'd hit it out. It'd be all this dumb stuff. And like the wife, we're hitting it to her and she's just like popping it up straight up in the air and we're just sailing it out of bounds. And I'm like, and it's one of those, like you're yelling at yourself in the car on the way home. And so what I'm saying is we're firing Pretty Ricky and we need Samuel to come back.
Let's go! Finally, we're back, baby. We're back. The team's back. Also, Pretty Ricky's busy on those nights now.
Now he's busy every Thursday. Yeah. So
I'm back
Samuel's
by default.
Back. No,
Let's go.
We need it. Also, now that they know me, they're not going to let us do intermediate.
Yeah, I mean, I knew we wouldn't be able to do intermediate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, the first time we played, that was not an accurate representation of what it's like. Now that I've played 3 or 4 advanced brackets, it's like we'll still probably be one of the top 3 teams, probably. Yeah. And it just depends on who shows up that night.
So randomly, the time that we were there, just the teams were more heavy.
They were really good that night. Yeah. And then
look at us.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Not me.
And then Pretty Ricky and I ran through the intermediate bracket, and they said, you guys are never allowed to play the intermediate again. And we're like, okay, well, and now like I'm sitting there talking with the owners and stuff. They definitely know who I am. So we're going to walk in next time. They're
Shave your head.
I should shave my head, dye my hair, change my name, move to Albania, and say, "Oh, sprechen de Deutsch."
Oi, ha. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Okay.
And
well,
so
we're back.
That's
like
all that it was.
Nice. Well, I'm ready. Well, we need to probably play sometime and get some reps in together again.
We need something.
Yeah, we need some chemistry going again.
Yeah, I need to dust off my shoes.
Yeah, because you're dusty.
That's what the kids call me.
Did you have that Recruit Samuel note there the whole time?
Yep. Time to recruit
I did
Samuel.
not read that. So I was surprised by it. Let's go.
New operation. That was the other update.
Okay, we'll get to the new operation right after a break from our sponsor. Joshua Schmitz of the Man Wagon Podcast has been a sponsor of the Until Next Week podcast for multiple months now. He enjoys making his own podcast, but in his free time, he does make clips for the Until Next Week podcast. If you do not follow the TikTok or Instagram for the Until Next Week podcast, please do that because our sponsor, Joshua Schmitz of the Man Wagon Podcast, makes those clips. So please follow and listen to him after you follow and listen to us.
The Until Next Week podcast is brought to you by the Taco Bell Quesarito. Find your beach.
And we're back.
And we're back.
I like that.
That was really funny.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
So the new operation. So there I was working at work as I do.
Working at work.
And sitting there typing. I might have been planning less. I don't really remember what I was doing.
Just typing keys.
Yeah, I was doing something.
Like, well, what do you do all day? Just hitting random keys.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Got my word count up.
Tap things. Yeah. And then Pretty Ricky comes out and he's like, been working all morning and he's probably like needing a break or whatever. So he comes and sits down across from me and he starts messing on his phone or whatever. And he goes, "Oh, Dane, I should introduce you to my friend." I was like, "Who?" And he said, "My friend Tristan." And I was like,
do we want to say names here?
I'm not going to say her last name.
Okay.
But I was like,
will she listen to the pod?
She doesn't even know who I am yet.
Okay. so it's okay to say that hypothetically this person is the operation.
Yeah, so true. Hypothetically.
We won't say the name anymore now. Now it's just operation.
Don't know anything about her. But she goes to a different church, Pretty Ricky's old church. And he goes, yeah, she's one of my friends. Like, she really loves football and watching football specifically.
And you're just like, I'm in love.
Well, he said she's a big Chiefs fan. I was like, oh, man, that's
perfect in every way, but a Chiefs fan.
Literally wearing a Cowboy shirt. Here we are. But and then I was like, okay. Well, I knew I'd run the risk of dating a Chiefs fan, like in Missouri.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what else? And he goes, oh, she's a big Kansas Jayhawks fan. And I was like, oh man, we're 0 for 2 now. And Kansas is definitively bad. We don't like them. We really don't like the Chiefs either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is not good. However, we're not going to make hard and fast rules about their sports teams that they like.
Not yet. Not
yet. And I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I'd be open to it. And then he sent me her Instagram, and I was like, yeah, maybe. And then I saw that we had like 10 mutual friends, and I click on it, and one of them is Chloe Regier.
Oh.
And so text Chloe, and I said, hey, what do you know about this girl? And she goes, she's one of my friends, not like one of my besties, but we hang out every once in a while. And I was like, well, Pretty Ricky's trying to set me up with her. And she goes, oh my goodness, I think that'd be great. And I was like, you think so? And she goes, yeah, she loves to debate things. And I was like, well, I like to be right.
She'd be great for you. She loves to debate. And I know how argumentative you are, Dane, so you guys would just be a match made in heaven.
Pretty much what Chloe was saying.
Yeah. It's like, wow, you guys are kind of annoying, so let's just put you together.
Put them together.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, I'll put out the feelers tonight at our young adults thing. And I was like, do that. And then 10:30 comes around. She texts me and she goes, hey, I put out the feelers and she definitely seems intrigued. And I was like, interesting. And I was like, what'd you say? And then she's like, I said this. And then I told her to talk to Pretty Ricky. And I was like, okay. And so now I'm like, that was Tuesday night. And so I'm like, well, maybe Wednesday. Last night we were too busy getting mad about pickleball. And so now I'm like, yeah, I might bring it up to Pretty Ricky here in a second or two and see what happens. But Lord knows I can't afford a girlfriend. So here we are.
Are you okay to keep the name in here or do I need to bleep it out?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay, then we'll keep it. Cool. Fun times. I'm glad that you're on a new operation. That's probably number 12 of the pod. I don't know.
Absolutely not. I've never been a player. This doesn't happen.
You're not a player because you're always on the bench.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So true. And it's Dane's funnel. Like, it's just like, girls, I'm like, oh, you seem interesting. I might accidentally be in your way. Mm-hmm. And so that's where we're at with
and then they're
these
like,
operations.
Get out of my way. And you're like, no, I deserve better.
It's usually what happened, especially the last operation.
But it's okay. You turn the page. New operation is in the works. And
no, they're all dead to me.
All of them?
Respectfully.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a good run.
Yeah, it's a good run.
What also is a good run is whenever you do not have your hips all tight, because when they're all tight like that, it really grinds your gears.
Oh boy.
And that was about as good of a transition that I could do.
Tighter than a snare drum.
I know. But the main thing that grinded my gears this week was Usher. Not the rapper Usher, but ushers at the St. Louis Cardinals game, because they are some of the most annoying, mean people out there.
Yeah.
It's
just professional sporting events ushers.
They just
Hey, sit down. Hey, keep your stuff
me.
there.
And it's done it like each time I go to a game, it frustrates me because in the past, like I'm trying to get autographs before the game. Like the game doesn't start for 20 to 30 minutes still, and I'm trying to be down by the dugout or whatever else, trying to get an autograph. And they're like, nope, got to go back to your seat. Got to leave. I'm like, the game doesn't start for 30 minutes. Why does it matter? And they're like, no, you got to go right now. And I'm like, that's frustrating. And there's other times where it's like, oh, you can't stand down next to the dugout because these seats right here, we can't let you just stand over here. We block these off for MVPs, which it wasn't like, it was just like a normal seated section, but they're like, nope, can't stand here. Nope. And I'm like, that's annoying. And those weren't even yesterday. Or not yesterday, I guess the last game I went to, like last week. But this time around, it wasn't really an issue before the game because, again, like no one was out signing autographs. So I just went back to my seat. But then after the game, I was standing down by the dugout trying to get autographs. And that just like probably within 8 minutes of the game being done, maybe 5 minutes, they're like, you got to leave the stadium. I'm like, why? It's been like no time at all. And they're just like getting mad, saying you have to leave. And then I was like, okay, I'll leave this area. And then I saw...
You're going to have to carry me out.
Yeah. And then I saw on the other side of the... so I was on the visitor side. I went to the home side because there was multiple Cardinal players like being like interviewed and stuff like that. I'm like, well, maybe one of them will sign an autograph. Like, why not? Why not go over there and see? Because the players are on the field. Why does it matter if the fans are like trying to ask? And I went over there, and again, they're like, nope. Oh, you guys got to leave. Like, we got to get out of here. And I'm like, it has been a solid 12 minutes since the game was done, and you're already doing this? Like, what does it matter if I just stand down here and...
They have your picture up.
And there's a lot of kids, too. Like, I was like behind all the kids, and like they're telling all the kids they have to leave. And I'm like, why?
Get out of here, you kids.
I know, and it's annoying. So then I went back to the other side, and I was going to leave, but then I saw again there was players from the other away team, and there was a group of people down by the side of the field. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll try one more time. I started taking a few steps, and this person's like, Pujols, you got to go. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, you got to leave. And it's because I had a Albert Pujols jersey on. And I'm like, what about all the people that are standing down there?
Like, should have kept walking and said, my name's not Pujols.
If I would have known Spanish, I would have been better.
Yeah.
Like, no habla español. No habla English. Yeah, no habla English. And I was like, this is so dumb.
Alvaro, we need your help.
He would have been perfect.
He would have been perfect.
But yeah, I don't get it completely. Like, I understand.
They just want to go home.
But I understand like 30 minutes after the game because, again, they still have to clean up. Like, there's still stuff all over the stadium that takes time to do. I don't think it should make a difference if you're just standing down by the dugout hoping to get an autograph 8 minutes after the game's done.
You got to ask Jack.
What do I got to ask Jack?
I don't know. See if he's been kicked out of places. Seems like a ruffian.
I don't know. I feel like Florida, they'll be more chill and just be like, yeah, do whatever. You can sleep here if you want. I don't know.
With the alligators.
Yeah. So that was just really grinding my gears. It makes me appreciate minor league games all that much more.
You said minors?
Like, minor league games.
Oh, okay.
Like the Springfield Cardinals, because you can stand down there for like 20 minutes after, and as long as players are still coming out, like they're all good. I don't think I've ever really been rushed out of a minor league game after they were done because all the ushers and stuff are doing like the cleaning, and then as long as there's still people there, you're fine. Yeah. So,
and then I'm gonna sneak in and hide.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna do that next time.
Yeah. So, and anyways, that just grinds my gears. So, what's grinding your gears, Dane?
Well, similarly to how they were moving you out the way. I've been moving lots of stuff for my job recently.
You've been moving stuff from your job?
Oh, yeah. Moving stuff into the West Wing, which is officially open.
Oh, are you sure?
On Wednesday, it got approved.
Okay. So it is open.
It is open. And so with that, we've been moving lots of stuff into it. But lots of stuff. I mean, I move stuff all day Wednesday, all day Thursday. And I'm just like, man, I have to get all these talks ready that I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, I don't know when I'm going to do this. So ended up working today. I'm working tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so I'll be over 50 hours this week.
Well, but on the bright side, you are getting a workout in the process.
Sure. It's kind of, yeah. And then, we lifted a heavy cart up some stairs yesterday. And I'm like,
they have 2 floors there?
No, it's just 4 or 5 stairs right up.
Okay.
But there is going to be 2 floors. Yes.
That will be cool.
Yeah. And total square footage is going to be bigger than the main building.
And that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. Because originally, like I said, they were 50% bigger. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, no, it'll be huge after a while.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have offices upstairs. There's going to be in-home counseling center.
Yeah.
That's going to be there. That's going to be cool.
A Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
But it stinks because you can't get food on Sundays.
Yeah, which really drives down sales.
Mm-hmm. It is unfortunate. But
it's just the weekly staff that goes.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay. But yeah, that's it. And so now we move on into our main segment, which is our sleeper picks draft.
Yeah. I wanted the whole thing to kind of go there to get us into it. But yes, this is our sleeper picks draft segment of the podcast. We'll tell you our favorite sleeper picks to help you in your fantasy football drafts here in the future. If you take our advice, we'll be mad because we want these players too, and we're all in a draft together. So take it with caution, okay? Because if you take it, we'll kick you out.
Yeah, if you take our players, I'm going to get mad.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to lose my marbles.
Yeah.
And every time I've lost my marbles, it's been not good for everybody.
Okay. I think we'll just go back and forth. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1.
Yeah.
And we'll do what, 4 each, 5 each? How am I thinking?
4.
Okay, we'll do 4. Okay. Dane, start us off here. Who is your number 1 sleeper pick?
Well, since I'm older than you, the number 1 sleeper pick that I'm going to pick this year is somebody who is one of the top rushing quarterbacks in the league.
Ooh, Tim.
Somebody who is adding a number 1 wide receiver to their offense. Somebody this is going to be his second year off of his ACL surgery that he's had. Mm-hmm. And so this person that I'm taking, he also got drafted by the Oakland Athletics, number 9 overall. And so what does that mean?
It is Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. He has great rushing upside. He has a monster wide receiver coming into his offense.
He has a Springfield, Missouri, Kickapoo High School alum at tight end.
Trey McBride?
Travis Vokalek.
Who?
Yeah, he was a year below me. He's also 4th string tight end, but they've had him on their socials a lot, so maybe he's moving up a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then they have another second-year wide receiver. Mm-hmm. I can't remember his name. Greg Dortch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his name.
He has a lot of options, it sounds like.
Yeah. James Conner. They drafted Trey Benson in the second round. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an improved offense, especially Kyler's been good at fantasy football. And he's 27 years old, which means he's not a bum yet. Mm-hmm. And so my number 1 pick is Kyler Murray.
Okay, that's a pretty good pick there. I like that. I mean, you never really know what you're going to get with different players, but that sounds like a good sleeper. Quarterback also, it can be a deep position at times. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
You can get this guy in the 7th round usually.
Yeah. My number 1 sleeper pick, which again, some people might not think this is a sleeper, but he kind of is slept on. He's going to be 31 this year. Old. It is a wide receiver by the name of Mike Evans.
Bum.
That's what you say, and that's what people think, and that's what people thought last year, because in 2022, he had 6 touchdowns.
Sure did.
It was a down year. Last year, he had 13, and he single-handedly kept my fantasy football team in the mix the entire year because he is a touchdown machine.
And what number does he wear?
He wears number...
I know what it
13.
is. Yeah.
I had a look. I had the stats pulled up, and I was not for sure.
He had 13 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he wears the number 13.
Yeah.
The same offense returns.
He also had almost 1,300 yards last year.
Wow.
So he was a very solid player. I've had him on my fantasy team multiple times, legitimately over the past 10 years, because he started in 2014.
And whose favorite number is 13?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Levante Swift.
Levante.
I forgot her middle name.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem relevant.
But Mike Evans, very solid guy. He's a touchdown machine. Pick him up if you can. We'll see what happens. I don't know who his QB is at the
Baker Mayfield.
It is Baker still?
Yep.
Yeah, then he'll be cooking because he's a Baker.
Dang it.
Yeah.
The only thing that did happen is Brian Callahan, their offensive coordinator, is now with the what's their faces?
I don't know.
Panthers.
Okay.
So it might be a little different this year, but I don't know.
He'll catch touchdowns. He cooks.
Baker does throw a good deep ball.
Yeah. And that's what Mike Evans likes to catch. So Mike Evans, number 1 sleeper pick. He was number 20 on this one draft board that I looked at, but still kind of a sleeper. So
Still a little something of a sleeper.
Yeah. So who are you thinking next on your sleeper picks, Dane?
My number 2 sleeper pick is somebody who has been, this is going to be his 5th year at running back. Mm-hmm. He's out of the University of Alabama. Mm-hmm. He has traditionally in the NFL been not nearly as good as what he was in the collegiate levels. Mm-hmm. He was, from what I recall, the last running back to be picked in the first round that I can remember. Mm-hmm. There probably was one other than him. But this guy adds a new offensive coordinator who loves to run the ball and run it straight.
Say his name, Dane.
Straight into the ground for no reason. And his name is Najee Harris. New offensive coordinator Arthur Smith is going to run him straight into the offensive line 25 times a game. And volume is king when it comes to running backs. If you can get all kinds of rushes, that's great. But what's even better is they add Russell Wilson, who only checks the ball down.
You think Russell Wilson's going to be the starter?
I think he'll be the default starter for at least the first 4 weeks.
Okay, and then they'll move on
at
to
some point.
Justin Fields.
I guarantee before week 9, they're going to move on to Justin Fields.
Okay.
But so until then, he's going to be great. And starting out or like hot in your fantasy leagues is important because that really sets the tone for the rest of the year. You don't have to play as desperately. You don't have to make any desperate trades. And so Najee Harris, my number 2 pick.
Okay, good pick. My next pick is another running back. He's a little older. He is 30 years old, going to be turning 31, I think, during the season. And people kind of slept on him. I think you know who it is.
Well, you said 31 years old.
Yep.
That's the only thing you've given me so far. Is it Raheem Mostert?
No, but it is Derrick Henry.
Oh.
Yes. People sleep on the king, Derrick Henry, because he was such a dominant player for years on years on years. I had him one year when he single-handedly won my fantasy football league for me because he rushed for 2,000 yards. And he is just one of the most consistent players because he's a beast. And he is now in a new offensive team, I guess a new team in general.
Run-oriented team.
Yes. Baltimore Ravens, who last year was one of the most frustrating teams to face one of the most frustrating teams to have a quarterback of because I had Lamar Jackson, and each time they would get to the few yard line or whatever, he would not run, he would not throw, he would hand it off to a running back.
Gus Edwards.
And Gus Edwards had such weird stats last year. They went off the charts. I don't think it was really that good.
He would have 20 points one game and then 2 points the next game. And
having Derrick Henry as the guy means he'll be getting a lot more rushing opportunities. I think he will crush some defenses.
Anything inside the 5, he's going to be getting lots of carries. And I would be lying if I said I haven't tried to trade for him in my Dynasty League. However, I don't want to pay a lot for a 31-year-old running back.
That's why I think he's a little bit of a sleeper. People think he's old, but I think he's also very consistent, and he will be a guy who could win a league for you.
In a redraft league, probably a decent pick.
Yeah.
See what happens. See if he's got tread on the old tires.
Yeah.
So,
let's go, Derek.
Derrick Henry.
Derek Lamar Henry Jr.
Whoa.
Lamar Jackson with Derek Lamar. Match made in heaven.
Is his real middle name Lamar?
It says Derek Lamar Henry Jr.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So who are you thinking for your next sleeper pick, Dane?
My next pick is somebody who plays in an offense that is known as the race car offense.
Oh, you're picking Brett Favre.
Close. No, he only hates people in Mississippi.
But true, but he's got some good genes.
So true.
Yep.
Wrangler. But this person, he is the 4th fastest person on his team, and he runs a 4.3.
It is.
He wears number 17. His head coach is Mike McDaniel.
And it is Jalen Waddle. I was right. Let's go.
Now,
I had him on my team last year.
Why did I pick Jalen Waddle?
Because he's like a duck.
He's kind of like a duck. He waddles like a penguin, actually.
Sorry.
But Why do I pick him? Because everybody's like, oh, Jalen Waddle, we drafted him in the second round last year, and he didn't live up to the second round hype. Still, he was a decent player, but he wasn't the second round like awesomeness that you needed him to be. And people, the hoopla last year was Puka Nacua this, Puka Nacua that. He broke the rookie receptions record. Puka did.
Yeah.
Whose reception record did he break?
Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle's.
And I believe he had an extra game to do it.
He had an extra game to do it. And so Jalen Waddle had an excellent season with Tyreek Hill there, with Tua Tagovailoa there. And the only difference between last year and the year before that, when he had all of these record-breaking things, was he didn't catch as many touchdown passes. It wasn't necessarily for lack of effort or anything like that, but some plays he got like injured for like 2 or 3 plays, would come back in. But then also like touchdowns are a hard stat to predict because it just is really random. Maybe you break a tackle and that gets you into the end zone versus getting tackled on the 5-yard line. It just depends. So you try to follow the volume and then you just go from there and hopefully they get the touchdowns. But Jalen Waddle, top 5 pick, top 5 talent. And here we go. I'm taking him everywhere in this year's drafts.
I really like that. I like that a lot. This is a tricky pick.
Oh, yeah.
I picked him for multiple teams in the past, and I don't love that this guy, he's on a new team this year.
Oh, yeah.
This is a running back, and his name is Aaron Jones.
Ooh.
Aaron Jones is one of the most frustrating but also good running backs out there. I got him last year on my team, but he got injured, I believe, early on in the season. And then he just was not the same. I think he got injured, pretty sure.
Yes, he hurt his hamstring.
Yeah, so that was really unfortunate. Did not help my team out. But he's in a new offense for the Vikings. The Vikings just lost their quarterback for the entire year.
JJ.
Sounds like they'll need to rely on a running back a little bit more.
Could be.
And that guy could just be Aaron Jones.
It will be Aaron Jones.
I know. So currently... he is ranked 69th on this draft board that I was looking at, which makes him a sleeper. And I
gotta go.
I think he is a guy, again, with having kind of a down year last year, being on a new team. People will be sleeping on him a little bit. I think he could be a very solid pick. So even though he was very frustrating last year, I think he's a good bounce back opportunity, a good sleeper pick. Let's see what happens, Aaron.
Aaron Jamichael Jones.
We'll say that's his name. Dane, who are you thinking for your next and final pick, I believe?
So the first thing I was thinking of was when we say sleepers, we should say what round that we think people should draft them in and look
first
around
round,
there.
all these guys.
All of the first rounds. Dang it. No, so with Jalen Waddle, I think if you can get him in the 5th round, that'd be great. Who did I pick before that? I picked a running back. No. Yeah, running back. I don't remember who I picked. Do you remember who I picked?
You picked Najee.
I picked Najee Harris. If you can get Najee in like, I don't know, probably 6th round, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If you can get Kyler Murray in the 7th, that'd be great. So
Mike Evans would hopefully be again with these rankings, it's tricky, but if you could somehow pick him up in like the 3rd round, that's
Third would be good.
He might go 2nd round. Derrick Henry is not a 1st round pick. He's likely a 2nd round. If somehow he dropped lower, go for it, but most likely he'll be a 2nd round pick. And then I had Aaron Jones. Currently, he's looking like the 6th round or so.
That'd be good.
If you get him 6th round, pick him up. Like, that's really good. If he drops lower than that, pick him up. Like, just get him.
Pick him up.
Yep.
And so my last pick is going to be somebody that you hope to get in double-digit rounds here. So anywhere 10th round or higher. And he's the quarterback of the future for this team. He was drafted number 2 overall this past year.
And he is...
Jaden McDaniels.
Ooh.
So, or Jaden Daniels, not McDaniels. Everybody's name is McDaniels or McDonald or whatever. Jaden Daniels out of LSU. And we are always used to these people like Joe Burrow coming out of LSU through 60 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, which is insane.
Yeah.
Whenever he did that at LSU in 2019.
Yeah.
And then the next great quarterback to come through LSU, Jaden Daniels. He had this huge rushing upside at LSU, and people were like, oh, that's all he's good for. He threw for 40 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, which is amazing. And so what's he going to do at the NFL? He's going to have Terry McLaurin, great receiver to pass to. And who's his offensive coordinator? Cliff Kingsbury. Kingsbury infamously was Patrick Mahomes' offensive coordinator at Texas Tech.
Patrick Mahomes.
And runs an air raid offense. So we'll be throwing the ball like crazy. And then also, what's Jaden going to do? play's going to break down. He's going to run. And a cheat code for fantasy football, if you're listening to me, is to have a rushing quarterback. Have a rushing quarterback. Because the pocket passers, if they're throwing for an insane amount of touchdowns, great. But how many of them do that? Not a ton. So unless you want to spend a top 3 pick on the Mahomes or the Joe Burrows of the world, or not top 3, a top 3 round pick of the Mahomes and the Joe Burrows of the world, and miss out on great running backs and great receivers like we've been telling you about, then you should go with a rushing quarterback, because rushing, every 10 yards you get a point. With passing, every 25 yards you get a point. So it's a cheat code whenever you draft a rushing quarterback. And Jaden Daniels, I think, is that sleeper quarterback you can get late in your draft.
Yeah, he could be interesting. I know I said last year I had Lamar Jackson, which, again, your theory is good having a running quarterback, but he was so boom or bust. He was either 30 points or 8 points. And I'm like, I can't have all these 8-point games by you, Lamar.
Yeah.
Like, you need to pick it up some.
That's because his rushing was dumb.
Well, and then I said also, like, so many times he would just hand it off to Gus Edwards. 1 yard line, let's not run. Let's give it to this other guy. I'm like, go for a touchdown for once. And he still, like, that's what cost me so much, because Lamar could just not do it. Lamar's
adjusted to where he will just get down no matter what. He's like, oh, a defender's near me within 1 yard, I better get down. And so then he's really giving it up a lot. And then they run a lot. So defenses will key in on that. And it's more difficult. And everybody's really looking for Lamar to have that same MVP season that he had 2 years ago. And I don't know, he's just not really looking for that anymore. He got the bag. He's looking to play as long as he can now. So he's looking to play safe.
Yeah. My final pick is currently on this one draft board I was looking at, 171st.
This is a sleeper.
He's a wide receiver. But last year, he had arguably one of the best first halves of the NFL season out of any wide receiver for fantasy. This guy had over 1,000 yards, total yards last year. Wide receiver, plays for the Panthers.
Okay, don't tell me. Deontay Johnson.
Adam Thielen.
Dang it!
Adam Thielen. Everybody thought this is the old guy. He's 30, I think he was 33 last year. He's 34 this year.
Grandpa, is that you?
Yeah. And he was a sleeper pick, but he dominated like that first half of the season. And that was without Bryce Young, who was injured. Bryce Young is back now. So in theory, he could be that guy getting some passes thrown to him, you know?
Well, I've been looking at it in all the mock drafts I've been doing. Like late in the game, like 12th round, I'm like, I could go with Adam Thielen, or I can go with the random 4th string wide receiver on the Bengals. Yeah. And I'm just like, no, I think we'll go with Adam Thielen.
Yeah, and like he's been around. He's been around a long time. Like he knows what to do, and if he has a good quarterback, which in theory he should with Bryce Young this year, he could have a breakout year. But why he was such a sleeper last year? 2021 he had 726 yards. 2022 716. Last year 1,014 yards with a 75% catch percentage.
It's pretty good.
Unfortunately, he only had 4 touchdowns, but again, he had a very bad team, bad quarterback.
Yeah, they didn't score a lot.
Yeah, better quarterback, like he could really go off. And I think he's one of those solid or late round picks.
Yeah.
Like one of your last few picks, go for him instead of that random hoochamadoodle. You know?
Dang it. Yeah. A good rule of thumb is generally pick the players on the better teams, because they're just gonna get more scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
And if you go into that, like you don't know anything about fantasy football, but you know a little bit about regular football, like generally pick more of the better players on better teams.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Okay. I'm gonna have one honorable mention. It's Aaron Rodgers. He goes on darkness retreats. He's always ready to go.
Dang it.
We'll see. He's fully rested, does not play in the preseason, but he never does. So Aaron Jones could be that sleeper quarterback for you.
I have 1,000 honorable mentions, but one I'll say is Isaiah Pacheco.
With the Chiefs.
The Chiefs
he
running
runs
back.
like a toddler stealing a cookie from his parents.
He runs angry at the ground.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs did nothing to address the running back situation this year, so it's going to be the Isaiah Pacheco show. And they drafted another offensive lineman, I think the Chiefs did. And also their wide receiver room, it's good. They drafted a guy, but Hollywood's injured again. Kelsey's another year older.
Yeah.
And so they might want to run the ball some more. And if nothing else, he's the only running back in that room. And getting true 3-down workhorse running backs nowadays, it's Christian McCaffrey, Breece Hall. That's about it. Like, everything else is getting to be more split backfields and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's an interesting pick. He was really good at I feel like the first half of the season. Then he might have fell off. I think it's flipped,
bit.
Or is it flipped?
Flipped. He struggled in the beginning and then
went off.
Took off. Yeah,
that's always tricky. But yeah, those are some decent picks. Use them as you will. Hopefully, it helps you win your leagues that are not the Until Next Week podcast league, because I'm winning and Dane's getting second.
No.
So again, we'll see you next week on that. But in the meantime, I think it's that time of the week.
4, if you're driving, sit down. If you're walking, start driving, because it's time for Dane's Manifesto.
Beautiful.
Did I say if you're walking, sit down?
You know what you said.
If you're walking, pull over. If you're driving,
sitting, drive over.
Red Rover, please come over, because it's time for Dane's Manifesto.
Dane, what is your manifesto this week?
At what age should people be allowed to drive and
Never.
vote? So, driving. You should be allowed to drive and vote at the same age, which is 21
12.
years old.
21 years old.
21 years old.
You shouldn't be able to drive until you're 21?
Not until you're 21, dang it.
Wow.
Actually, you know what? 25.
When you can officially rent a car is when you can now drive a car.
If you can't get your own insurance, you shouldn't be able to drive a car.
Okay, is that the end of your manifesto?
No. Furthermore, your frontal lobe's not developed until 25, so you're just going to vote for idiots up until 25.
And then you will learn.
And then you won't learn, because you're still voting for the least of 2 idiots.
Yes. And they're always idiots. So shout out to driving at 25.
Shout out to RFK Jr.
Yep. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's Dane's Manifesto.
Part 26. Man, that was the best one yet.
That one was great. I don't care.
It's now time for the other favorite segment of the week. Yes, it is time for Jokes with Jack. And he was demanding this week. He was.
He called us.
He said he did before, but we don't need to get into that because he's about to have a joke for us. But he said, read the title of the joke first, Samuel, and then immediately play the voice memo. So you ready? Title. The joke of the year is...
The St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, gosh.
Dang it.
That was not fun. Hey, Jack, we just beat the Brewers 2 games in a row. So, hey.
Now it might be 500.
Hey, the best team in the NL Central right now is...
The St. Louis Cardinals.
There we go. Jack Holmgren's favorite team is...
The St. Louis Cardinals.
Hey, this is pretty good.
We're getting them good.
Yeah, Jack. You had no chance. You didn't know.
Yeah, so, Samuel's wearing a Cardinals shirt, too.
Yeah, I am. Because we beat you 2 times, and that's why your favorite team is...
The St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay.
Who's he? He's a Rays fan.
He's technically a Brewers fan first.
Why?
Because he's a Brewers fan first. And then he goes to more Rays games, but that's just because he lives in Florida.
The Brewers suck.
Yeah, because the better team is...
The St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
Shout out to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, so thank you, Jack, for that non-joke, because it wasn't a joke, because the true joke is the Brewers, and the best team is the...
Louis Cardinals.
That kind of cut out weird.
The Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, the Louis Cardinals. But yeah, that was our joke with Jack. Last week we had a poll, and it was, would you rather use hot sauce as eye drops for an entire month or for a year? One day each month, it feels like you're peeing a porcupine.
Porcupine for sure.
66.7% of people said porcupines ain't bad.
Porcupines ain't bad.
And the other,
until you pee them.
And the other 33.3% said, give me the sauce.
Give me the sauce.
Kind of surprised me. I would have picked the sauce.
I have to go vote.
What would you pick there?
Porcupine for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not going blind.
It's 30 days of eye drop. It's like 1 drop a day. Both eyes hurts really bad for a little bit, but then it's done.
You don't know that.
A porcupine?
You ever had eye drops in your hot sauce?
Have you ever had a porcupine down there?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, that would hurt a lot more.
You don't know that.
Honest.
Yeah, it would. It would, but I'm not doing it every day.
Yeah, but it's 12 times peeing a porcupine, or less than 3 times as many times you're doing hot sauce eye drops.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Because it's both eyes too, and I'm scared of going blind mostly.
Oh my word. But you're not scared of whatever a porcupine will be doing to you.
Hey, Never mind.
Okay. We also had some comments last week. One of them was from Allie Hoopy. She put, hopefully I get the number 1 pick in the fantasy draft so I can pick Tim Tebow as the 1.01. Thanks for the great advice, Samuel. Also, this might be the first time in podcast history that Dane came with actual good, serious content with the fantasy tips and Samuel came with the jokes.
That's true. It was the first time ever that it was reversed.
It threw you off when I started going that way. You're like, what in the world? I'm like, this is my bit.
I thought you were going to go with serious ones too.
It was a lot easier to make up ones. Alvaro, good friend of the pod, he put, haha, I was out walking on my lunch break. The trail is gravely, I think he must put gravelly, but there were dried leaves from, the trail is gravely, but there were dried leaves from a dying tree. I did not realize that sound was coming through. LOL.
Oh, yeah.
From when he sent the voice memo.
I thought it was funny.
And then finally, Jack Holmgren put, I've heard a lot of promises about a Michael Minute each week, and all I get is lies, like he's some sort of politician. We want more Michael Fuller. Hashtag long live Michael Fuller. Hashtag cancel Lindsay.
Hashtag cancel Lindsay, because Lindsay is very pregnant. She sent me a photo.
I forgot about that.
Of her being super pregnant the
How's
other day.
How's the dad?
Daniel was
that's good. Okay.
saying that she can't say the word milk right. Because she says milk. With an E. M-E-L-K. Milk.
Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah.
Milk.
Milk.
It's pronounced milk, Josh.
Yep.
Donovan.
Yep. Okay.
Inside voices, please.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Sorry, Dad.
Fun stuff.
My white friends.
Fun stuff. I think it's time to get into sponsors of the week. Our number 1 sponsor of the week is, drum roll please, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And this Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I should have stopped after the first time.
It's pronounced Nazareth.
I should have stopped after the first time, and I'm sorry that I have a lisp or a speech impediment when I try to say Nazareth. That time it worked. But Dane does have a verse of the week, so we'll listen to it right now.
I do, and Samuel stalled long enough for me to pull it up on my handy-dandy Bible app.
It's amazing how that works.
Yeah, and so it's Romans 7:15 through 20.
Ooh.
So Romans, very good stuff. For I do not understand my own actions, for I do not do what I want, but I do everything that I hate. Now, if I do what I do not want, I agree with the law. That is it. So now it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells within me. For I know that nothing good dwells within me, that is in my flesh. For I have the desire to do what is right, but not the ability to carry it out. For I do not do the good that I want, but the evil I do not want is what I keep doing. Now I do what I do not want. It is no longer I who do it, but the sin that dwells within me.
Lots of words.
Yeah, there's lots of words, and it was a lot of the same that Paul was writing there. I don't know why he wrote it so repetitively, but it's scripture, so I love it. And so basically he's talking about and I was talking to a friend about this today, where and also I explained this to my small group last Sunday, where it's like, I said to them, I was like, the greatest conundrum of this Christian life is always going to be, you know better, you have this knowledge, there's you're thinking, no way I'm going to commit this sin, I know not to do it, and then you do it, and you're again, come on, I know better than that, but then the whole cycle starts all over again, where you're just I know better, I'm going to do better, here I am doing better, and then all of a sudden it's boom, I did this sin again. And then also on top of that, I've also kind of reiterated how the longer you walk in this Christian life, the more you see yourself as a wretched sinner. Paul talks in the New Testament here where he says that he's the chief of all sinners, and I'm well, if you're the chief of sinners and you're writing the New Testament, then what does that make me, Paul?
Yeah.
So it's you start looking at your Christian life, you're man, it used to be hey, don't go get drunk. And it's yeah, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. And now it's man, I had a really not fair thought towards this person. Why do I keep thinking that? Why do I not choose joy? Why do I not choose kindness? Why did I make that smart remark instead of saying something that would be building up others? And it's so much more nuanced the longer that you walk in this Christian life. And it's like, that doesn't get better. And you keep getting smarter and older. You learn the scriptures more, and you learn just you're more sinful. And you just got to come to grasp with the fact that it's, on this side of heaven, it's just going to be this way. And you like strive every day. Like also in Romans, it talks about like, should we go on sinning, knowing the full assurance of pardon of sin? By no means. Like, do not just sin because you know that Jesus died on the cross for our sin.
Yeah.
Like accept that, walk in that. However, like Jesus and God hate sin, and we should hate sin like as much as they hate sin. And so we look to put to death. We look to strive to be like Christ, but we're never going to actually be Christ. So yeah, that was a long tangent to say like
It's a good word though.
Our flesh is going to keep pulling at us our whole lives.
Well, that's a good word as usual. And I do appreciate you finding those verses of the week for our sponsor of the week,
Jesus
Christ
of Nazareth.
Yes. And it's a great transition into our number 2 sponsor of the week, Jake Trust and Art.
Wow.
Jake Pridgeon Airlines and Reverend Banks. You know what they all do. They have art, they have airlines, and they have Jesus. So
Jake got mad that I hard launched his relationship on this podcast.
Did he listen?
No, I told him earlier tonight. I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, you told him tonight?
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I mentioned Kelsey on the podcast," and he goes, "You did what?" And I was like, "I said that you guys were dating," and he goes, "Oh, well, thanks for the hard launch, man." And you know what she said? She goes, "What, are you embarrassed of me?"
Oh, wait, was she there tonight?
No, on the phone.
That's wild. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I like that.
She does that a lot. It's funny.
That's funny. I like that a lot. That's good.
So she's cool with it. He's whatever. I think he was joking.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I think he's joking.
But it is pretty funny. And then finally, our third sponsor of the week, it's kind of a combination. It is Luke Baker and his big daddy hacks. He came up, got moved up from AAA, and his first game out there, pinch hit home run.
Let's talk about the dumbness of the Cardinals.
Well, could I mention one other thing? Nolan Arenado in that same game had a walk-off grand slam. So those are 2 sponsors of the weeks. Very proud of them. And then shout out to the Cardinals sending down strikeout king Nolan Gorman and also Jordan Walker, so he actually gets playing time.
I agree with the Gorman send down because he's just been awful.
37%, I think, strikeout rate. I believe was the 4th highest in baseball.
Yeah, crazy. And then Jordan Walker, I don't know why they brought him up in the first place. If you were going to platoon him against left-handed pitching.
That was so dumb.
Sometimes, yeah. I'm like,
he needs consistent playing time.
Yeah, why did you bring up anybody else?
Like, that's why it made sense whenever they did bring up Luke Baker. Like, he has plenty of power. Like, sure, platoon him. And that's what they did. And he hit a big daddy hack homer.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But bringing up Walker to not do anything
he
and
needs
then
the development.
Yeah, like let him play. And then Gorman, like, man, I don't know. This is what the Cardinals do every year is they assume the guys that we have this year are going to play like they are playing this year, next year, then when we go into the offseason, and then guys never do that.
They should have traded Nolan Gorman last year.
Or Dylan Carlson in the
and now he's going off
in the Juan Soto trade.
That literally was not the reason the trade didn't go through.
The Juan Soto trade.
It was not the reason at all.
They said we're not doing it because of Dylan Carlson.
It wasn't because of Dylan Carlson. It was because they wanted Jordan Walker and basically our entire prospect class.
Take him.
Yeah.
I want the generational guy.
Yeah, but I mean, we can get him this offseason for like $550 million.
Pocket change.
So let's do it.
No.
Come on, Mosaic, spend all your money.
He said we have too much of a payroll right now.
And just make the team worse, I guess.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
And then they want to extend Goldschmidt too, and I'm like,
not necessarily. I saw there's a chance he could walk, but I think they will bring him back. But it'll be, I don't think he'll play as much, but I think they'll get him for a cheaper contract because I don't think he wants to go elsewhere. He's a likable guy, very big clubhouse guy. He's been heating up a little more. Not really, but if you can get him for like a few million, like
if you can get him on a 2-year, $10 million deal, like 2-year, $10 million a year, so $20 million. I'm like,
that might be high. I think you could get him for less.
I don't know. Depends. I don't know what the market value would be.
I think he would have slight and quote unquote hometown discount because he's been with the Cardinals. I think he would sign cheaper just to stay here. I don't think he really cares that much.
I think Burleson will be the first baseman next year, mostly, and then.
I mean, if they sign Goldschmidt, he would play first. He's better defense.
Well, yeah, but I think they'll play. I don't know. They'll play Donovan in left.
It'll be interesting if they try to keep Luke Baker, throw him at DH, or try to use him as trade bait if he can raise his value a little bit.
Here's what'll make me mad. They're going to put Siani in center field next year and be like, he had a great year last year. And then he's not going to be as good. And he wasn't that great anyways.
No, he just had a kind of a lucky season. I don't really...
He's a
backup player. He's a backup player.
Yeah, he'd be great backup.
Actually, Victor Scott will be the starter. If he can, he had 3 hits the other night. He could potentially...
He needs to make a jump. But yeah, he'll be a guy next year. I think that could be a breakout for us. But then it's like... Goldschmidt, Arenado, guys who are being great this year, like Burleson, I see him taking a step back next year.
Well, we can get into more of this maybe next week.
Yeah.
There's plenty of baseball season left, 35 games as of this very moment. And Cardinals, you got to make a comeback. You got to do something. Some final quick thoughts. Steven. Remember Steven?
No.
He was the pommel horse guy in the Olympics who had the glasses, who just became like a celebrity out of nowhere for getting a bronze medal because he would just sleep. It was like pommel horse time. And now he's on Dancing with the Stars. So he is the first celebrity that has confirmed they'll be there for this next season. So that's kind of cool. And besides that, if you need a Friday pickleball paddle, use the code Samuel14434. Get 2 paddles for $98 or 2 nicer paddles for $138. And then Dane's ministry support is still ongoing.
I like all money.
Yes, so give him that money. Send him a message on Instagram or the Until Next Week podcast Instagram so they can track it properly if you give to his ministry support link. And then also just keep telling your friends if you enjoy this podcast, leave 5 stars, voice memos, follow our Instagram and TikTok. And
that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So thank you again for listening to episode 87 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Now go pee a porcupine.